Fight for Jamie TKV versus Frazer Clarke. Frazer Clarke, Olympic bronze medalist, uh, great amateur background, great amateur pedigree. This is the second time that Frazer Clarke has been in the ring against an unorthodox boxer. But say the first time he fought Fabio Wardley, he had a limited amateur background, and again he's fought now TKV with a limited amateur background. So you'd think Frazer Clarke, being the more accomplished amateur and the guy that's got the bigger name as a pro, would, you know, yeah, knowing that TKV is a guy that fights on the inside and is an inside fighter, and you as a mid to long range fighter, you would use those tactics to box. You would use your jab, control the range, use the jab, pick Jamie TKV with uppercuts when he came inside, tie him up, turn him, and get back to work. No. From round 1 to round 12, you decide to go and fight on the inside, and you're not an inside fighter. Angel Fernandez needs to be sacked. He's a terrible trainer. How the hell can you tell a guy that's taller, longer, and he should be using his jab and his right hand and uppercuts? How can you be telling him to stand on, allowing him to fight on the inside constantly? And your guys, every time he enters the door, every time he gets on the inside, he gets hit with the uppercut. I mean, can't you see ringside that he's getting hit with the left hook? Can't you see he's getting hit with the uppercut? Can't you see the TKV's going left hook to your body, left hook to the head, right uppercut through the middle? Can you not see that? Big right hand over the top. Frazer, keep your hands up. Frazer, use your jab. Frazer, keep this fight as long a distance as possible. Use some feints. Let TKV come in and then hit him with the uppercut. Tie him up. Take control of the fight. Take control of the fight does not mean back him up against the rope and try and out body punch him. That's not taking control of the fight. Taking the control of the fight is taking set in the ring. Listen, I've got more experience than you. I've got a better jab than you. I've got a better right hand than you. Let me use it. Frazer couldn't put two jabs together. His right hand was awful. He didn't know how to throw a straight right hand. There were times Frazer was throwing the left jab, yeah, and his right hand was down by his side. Dreadful. Round 11 was where TKV said, right, I'm going to put it on you. And he did. He came out and he put it on Frazer Clarke. Left hooks, right hands, up. He threw the kitchen sink at Frazer Clarke. And Frazer Clarke was just stood there until getting hit. And in the 12th round, I don't know how TKV didn't knock that boy out. I don't know. But Frazer Clarke, I was saying to people in commentary, Frazer Clarke deserves to lose this fight. He deserves, and I don't want to see him rematch. I don't even want to see Frazer Clarke box again. He's terrible. I mean, if you're not the guy, for all due respect, an 8 or 9 fight novice is now a British heavyweight champion. And don't get me wrong, TKV, like I've said before, has got really good boxing, inside boxing, but he's an old school heavyweight. He's a very good old school heavyweight, TKV. Underrated boxing skill, right? But Frazer Clarke, that was an embarrassment. From the how can you be saying that you deserve this and you deserve that? Dave Allen would have tired that the same way. What has Frazer Clarke been doing all these years in training? I've got no idea what Frazer Clarke ticking over doing what? I don't know what the hell Frazer Clarke's been doing. I cannot believe Frazer Clarke just lost to TKV. Wow, it was terrible. It was absolutely terrible. The word is garbage. I'm sorry. I can't. Why would you box on the inside against TKV? Bro, Frazer Clarke looked done bad from round 3. Go back to Africa. My friend, you know. Before you tell me to go back to Africa, I'm here. I'm the original man. Before you tell me to go back to Africa, I'm the original man. There we go. So as I was saying, it's get a job. Frazer got everything in the body, only body punches earlier. I'm probably earning more than you and your whole family. Like, get a job. Frazer out, put everything out into the body punches early. He did. Super tactics. The left hook was wide open all night long. That's what I'm saying to you. Absolutely garbage tactics. Absolutely garbage tactics. Absolutely garbage. I've got no idea whatsoever Yeah, he went gung ho fast, but what he was doing, there was no tactics, no tactics whatsoever. And if you're gonna go gung ho, like what was the strategy behind it? Of course, TKV boxed. TKV did everything the way he should box. He did everything the way he's meant to do. He boxed properly. He boxed. TKV boxed. He boxed like an old school fighter. He knew that he didn't have the height and reach of Clarke. He knew that Clarke was, on paper, the better boxer at long distance. Said, right, okay, I'm not going to beat you fighting at long distance. What I'm going to do is that I'm going to let you come to me, and when you come to me, I'm going to punch you up on the inside. And then when you get tired, I'm going to take it to you. The thing is, everybody knows TKV has an engine. Of course he's got an engine. Of course he's got an engine. So I don't know. I don't know what Frazer Clarke was doing. Sorry. I have no idea what Frazer Clarke was doing. None whatsoever. Angel Fernandez once again has shown he's a terrible trainer. I mean, I don't know why these fighters put their faith in terrible trainers. I knew Clarke's level when he got that gift in the Olympic years ago, because that Frenchman was kicking his butt until the fake disqualification. What confused me is Clarke kept trying to get on the inside, even though that's TKV's strength. He even said in the press conference, you're going to start to blow. TKV showed that against Adelaide. Inside game is so good. Yeah, he has got an excellent inside game. Like I said, he's like an old school fighter. Do you know he kind of reminds me of Tony Tubbs? He fight you know, and TKV's got a lot. He's got potential there, mate. He's got potential to do things with that style. He just punch hard enough. But what we saw tonight, I'm afraid to say, people, is the end of Frazer Clarke. I expected Frazer Clarke to go out there, be the bigger man, be the boss, use the jab. He can't put two punches together, Frazer Clarke. He cannot throw a double jab. And he's right. Have you seen Frazer Clarke's right hand? My gosh, he did not know how to throw a proper right hand. Yeah, TKV Dave Allen, or TKV versus David Adelaide. David Adelaide rematch. Good fight. Yeah, because I think Dubois will fight Woodley for the heavyweight championship of the world. Absolutely terrible. Garbage. Frazer deserved to get knocked out tonight. I'm sorry. I mean, I thought, you know what? First fight on BBC, Frazer will get himself together. Don't get me wrong, Frazer looked in good shape. Took the words right out of my mouth. AJ Fernandez is one of the worst trainers ever. Ruined AJ. BWTM Clarke revoked his license. Hey Anthony, how you doing, mate? He looked good against Wardley first fight. Crazy to the drop off. Oh no. Maybe the Wardley fight took more out of him than we thought. But he's terrible. Frazer Clarke is absolutely. I was trying to give him the benefit of the doubt, but when he came out the first round going to body up, all right, maybe he'll do that for a couple of rounds and then step off. There was no step off between Frazer Clarke and Angel Fernandez. There's like a brain cell between them. Frazer Clarke has like zero IQ. He's doing the same thing round after round after round after round and not making any adjustments. He could not adjust. Imagine get hit with a left hook in the third round, right? Okay. You get hit with a left hook in the fourth round, okay. You get hit with the uppercut on the inside. What's that something in your brain say to you, you know what? I'm getting hit with these shit with these shots. I need to do something different. Angel Fernandez had the cheek to tell Clarke to show him something in the 12th round or he'll throw in the towel. I would have told him to show me something in round 2. I was never convinced of Clarke's entry into the paid ranks. I know I was so stupid. I was like Clarke, thought he was eating the heavy bag. Angel Fernandez is not a good trainer. No, he's not. Throwing everything into them body shots, that was doing nothing. Yeah? Of course it was doing nothing. Against a guy like TKV, no. That might be what is Clarke. Might be a shot fighter. Shot fighter or shit trainer. Because he was terrible. Did you see? I didn't see a good double jab. I didn't see a feint. I didn't see a step back and throw a right hand. I didn't see Frazer Clarke. I didn't see anything. He doesn't have good conditioning. I didn't. You know who looked like the Olympic fighter in there tonight? TKV looked like the Olympic fighter in there tonight. I don't. I don't understand. I'm still trying to get my head around how shambolic that was tonight. Imagine you go on national television. That was an opportunity to make a name for yourself, a household name for yourself, and you go out there and you put that shit on. That was what I thought Clark's style was. Jab and straight, jab and straight. He didn't do that. I didn't see anything from Clark. No jab, no feints, no thinking. No, I didn't. Listen. I didn't see no jab. I didn't see no straight right hand. I didn't see no feints. I didn't see no step arounds. I didn't see anything. Did you see the Ben Whitaker farce? No, I haven't seen that yet. I haven't seen the fight yet. What happened? Did he hit the guy with a right hand and he went over in the first round? Because that's what I expect to have happened tonight. Whitaker hit the guy with the right hand, he falls over, and then Eddie Hearn jumps up and says that we got the best light heavyweight in Britain and blah blah blah. That's what I'm expecting to see. I haven't seen it yet. Let's make a showcase fight. Round one BS. Ah, okay, fine. No worries. Well, Tommy Fury fighting tonight in Holland as well. Tonight, LOL. Good. It was good to see Tommy Fury back, huh? It's got to be better than what we saw tonight. My God. You called it without seeing the Ben Whitaker fight. I predicted, I think I did in my, I said that TKV was going to get knocked TKO'd by Frazer Clarke. I didn't expect him to be diabolical. He wasn't bad, he was diabolical tonight. Frazer Clarke was awful. Shout out to TKV, by the way. We spent all this time shouting at Frazer Clarke. TKV made Frazer Clarke look bad. I think TKV could fight Joe Joyce and do well against Joe Joyce. I think he could do well against a lot of the heavyweights, to be honest, because he fights well on the inside. I tell you what would be an interesting fight, yeah, for TKV. It would be a good fight for TKV, is Lawrence Okolie. I think Lawrence Okolie against TKV at heavyweight might be a really interesting fight. I'll tell you why, because Lawrence Okolie don't like guys who fight on the inside. Lawrence Okolie has got a great right hand, he's got good punching power, yeah, but he doesn't like when a guy gets up close and personal with him. And if I were him, a TKV, I'd push to get that fight against Lawrence Okolie. I'd push it. Because look, once he's on the inside against Coley's not going to do anything. The only problems he's got is a Coley left jab and the right hand, and he'll tie him up. When he goes to try and tie up TKV on the inside, TKV will punch him up on the inside. I would take the fight. TKV is a problem. He doesn't look the part. Yeah, he's an old school. TKV is an old school heavyweight. Like, he belongs in the 80s. TKV. 80s, late 80s, 90s. That's where TKV belongs. I think he has the style to beat Okolie. That's what I'm saying. I think he's got the I would make that matchup. Look, Okolie may knock him sparko, but at the same time, I think TKV can get inside and cause problems. He didn't surprise me with what he did. It was Frazer Clarke that surprised me with what he didn't do. So we knew TKV could fight on the inside. We knew that he got good stamina. He's got a decent chin as well. I don't know, man. I don't know. But that's a good fight. I don't know if I'd get him to fight Reactball. But he could definitely fight him. Definitely. That'd be a good fight. I'd see another fight would be a good fight. A bit more difficult. Martin Bakole. Martin Bakole against TKV. That'd be a good fight as well. TKV would be boring in my opinion. Okolie isn't aggressive enough, and TKV fights on the back foot. Yeah, he fights on the back foot. But Okolie, I think he can beat Okolie because he'll get in the inside. Evening, Ingram. I can't see TKV beating anyone decent in the heavyweight division. Not sure he'd beat Martin Rogan. LOL, God bless. No, no, I would strongly disagree with you there, bro. He just beat up Frazer Clarke quite easily. I think he does well against guys. There are not a lot of heavyweights that can fight on the inside, and that's TKV's advantage. Not a lot of heavyweights can fight on the outside, use the jab, use the right hand, great, but they can't fight up close, and that's why I think he'll do really well in. What was Fernandez's tactics for Frazer Clarke? None, because between him and Clark, there's a brain cell between the pair of them. TKV is just rolling with shots and slipping shots. He's a good fighter, but lack of power is a problem. Agree and disagree. Lack of power. When he starts to break you down and break your body down in your rounds 8, 9, and 10, that's where he gets in and can stop you. Because a lot of guys are exhausted from that. So I think he's got enough power there. Because Frazer Clarke wasn't walking him down and taking him out, was he? So I don't think there's a lack of power problem. And he could be making messy against Coley. I think I would take the Coley fight. If he beats a Coley, yeah, if he beats a Coley, he gets the #1 spot in WBC. I think it's a good fight. Even a fight against Dillian White is a good fight up close. Bacoli's big, but he's not got good fitness. Bacoli. Whenever I see Frazer, I think of that facial expression Wardley left him in wasn't a shock. He lost, to be fair. Um, he had that same face when he was getting knocked from pillar to post in the 11th round. Good point. What what's next for Frazer? A fight against the Battle of the Kneeling Men. Frazer Clarke versus Joe Joyce. Run that one back. With the TKV's weight, I'm surprised he has jubilees. Reminds me of Tyson Fury in terms of size. Doesn't mean he'll fatigue. No, I think he's one of these heavyweights that he's an old school heavyweight. If you understand your 80s and 90s heavyweights, they were that size. And heavyweights are that size, right? Uncle Bashir always said those fighters are good. They've got good chins, good engines. They can fight long. They can fight on the inside. TKV can fight well on the inside. Remember, a lot of heavyweights cannot look at the heavyweight landscape, and even Usyk himself cannot fight. Usyk cannot fight on the inside. Usyk is not an inside fighter. It's not a guy that can fight on the inside. That's how you beat these Ukrainian fighters. You've got to fight them on the inside. Look at Lamont Brewster when he fought Klitschko on the inside. You look at what's his name? Not Lamont Brewster, the other guy. Samuel Peter can get on the inside. Those guys are they're like kryptonite to the Ukrainian style. That's why guys like Fury and Joshua have problems against Usyk and even Daniel Dubois, because these guys are like long. They're long, so it suits Usyk to the ground. But when you get up close to Usyk and can work on the inside, that's a problem for Usyk. I've said this before. Run for Bull, maybe? I'll punch up the rod for Bull. Or punch him up so bad. He'll punch him up too bad. I don't even see that fight. But Cody, what used to be skinny, look at the very early fight. He balloons up in with so much weight now. Big up John Smith. Yeah, who trains? What's his name, isn't it? I can see the trainer's face now. Who trains Bacoli? Billy something. I can't remember his last name. Billy Nelson. That's it. Billy Nelson. Brewster and Peter took a lot of punishment before stopping Klitschko. Yeah, they did, but they got to him, didn't they? This is my point. They got to him. They got to that, and that's the way those guys fight. TKV fought like a lion. Was surprised he was such a heavy underdog. He was winning every round against Adelaide. He was. But I thought that Frazer Clarke's size, length, punching power, boxing ability, Olympic pedigree, I thought all of that, he should knock TKV out. The way Frazer Clarke talks, the way he carries himself, you'd think he's the next coming of Muhammad Ali. the way he talks. But then when he gets in the ring, his performances are dreadful. Clarke fought like he was going to KO TKV, like he was Tete. Yeah, quite possibly. Also, so glad the boxing on the BBC means we can enjoy weekend boxing on the telly without having to pay silly amounts. Yeah, I agree with that. I think it was refreshing as well to see boxing on the BBC. Really refreshing. Fran Hennessy performed well too. Yeah, what I didn't like about her is her face was red from like the first round. I didn't like that. I, uh, I think if you're fighting Clarke, just aim for the dent. Do you think Clarke thought he was levels above TKV and didn't respect him? Yeah, I think so. I really think so. Ben Shalom playing the long game. He's being underestimated. I like Ben Shalom. I've always liked Ben. From day one, I've liked Ben Shalom. Always liked him. Always liked him. Tony Bellew and Michael Hunter were beating Usyk before Usyk rallied from behind and winning those fights. Yeah, yeah. Michael Hunter. Let me think. He's fighting Michael Hunt. I think he's fighting tonight, isn't he? Or fighting tonight, or next week he's fighting. Um, Shalom quite refreshing after seeing Hearn all the time. He's a novice, but his cool, calm demeanor to meet him to him. Yeah, I like him. Always liked him. Always liked him. Always liked him. I hope he does well with the BBC. I really do. I really do like him. He's made a lot of schoolboy errors, but I guess, you know. Has Hughie Fury fought yet? LOL. He's fighting tomorrow, I believe. Tomorrow night, I think he's fighting against Webster. Who else fights on that bill that night? I think he fights tomorrow night. Yeah. Um, I think Frazer Clarke's got some serious soul searching to do. Just check. Fury went on. Just went. Fury won. Technical stoppage. Was that Hughie Fury or Tommy Fury? Because I understand Tommy Fury's fighting tonight as well. Guys, when you're in, please do smash the like button. Appreciated. That's a big loss in it. That's a terrible loss. Not a big loss. That's a terrible loss. The only thing Frazer Clarke can come out and say, they robbed me on the cards. Who beat Webster? Yeah. I have a question off topic. Go ahead, mate. Are we gonna do a stream tonight? Yeah, of course we'll do a stream tonight, mate. Before you ask, I'm gonna stream tonight. Frazer Clarke is terrible. I don't ever want to see Frazer Clarke box again. Ever. Ever. Me too. I like Ben Shalom as well. He's swimming in a tank of full shark as he's swimming just fine. I hope they take your suggestion and bring on Duke McKenzie in some form. I hope they do too. Um, Clarke needs to worry about his health. Clarke lost that United decision should have been a split decision. Yeah, he was getting punched up tonight. That last round was very worrying, and more worrying afterwards is when he was walking around the ring. He had his hands down by his side. Was that exhaustion or was that concussion? And if it's concussion, he was walking around the ring like that. That's not a good sign. Thoughts on Tommy not fighting in America and losing out on so much millions, all because his dad, his trainer, can't enter the country? Is his dad holding him back? Not really, because there's a lot of fights he can have in the UK. But are we going to see Tommy Fury fight Joshua Buatsi? Would we see Hughie Fury fight Tommy Fury fight Callum Smith? We're not going to see those fights, are we? We're just not going to see those fights. TKV has a slick, rapid fire approach. Who cares about Tommy Fury? LOL. Tommy's useless reality TV spectacle. That's it. Yeah, I don't know. Man, I just I'm shocked. I still again, I'm shocked that Frazer Clarke was so terrible. Maybe the Woodley fight ruined him. I don't know. I don't know what to think anymore. I really don't know what to think. He was. I think the tactics was the main thing. Clark started really strong, but threw his loader after round two. You know the other thing I didn't like? Why was Clark touching? Why was he kick touching TKV's gloves every round? Did you understand that? First three rounds, he put everything into body punching Frazer. I don't know. I don't. Why was Frazer Clarke touching gloves every round with him? Notice that every round he's touching gloves. Do you know? I'm going to say something here, and you're going to think I'm crazy, yeah? But you touch gloves with somebody when you're sparring. You know when you spar? You have a good round, you spar, you touch gloves. I touch gloves, and you touch gloves. You're having a spar. What was Fraser thinking? He was touching his glove until he was touching, losing. No, you know why he wasn't touching his gloves? Because he was so exhausted. His hands were down by his side. So his hands were touching his knees. That's what was going on. Also, can't believe they deducted a point for low blows, but Clark beat him with so many low ones in the first 2 rounds. Yeah, but Clark is more or less the home fighter. Man, I just feel sick. I feel absolutely sick talking about this stuff. Listen, all right, guys, please do smash the like button. It's more disgrace for you guys in here that are watching these shows and you don't even smash the like button. Smash the like button, which is the thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up. There's 10 people in the room. Give me a thumbs up at least. And I know YouTube's lying because I'll probably come back afterwards after YouTube. I'll finish YouTube now and they'll say I got 233 views or 300 views. Terry O'Connor tries to rob us. TKV, old school yardman attitude. Of course. Yes, from Tottenham. From the ends. Yes. A man from Stamford Hill myself. Daleview Road. If you know, you know. Yeah, Tottenham. If you know, you know. And if you don't know, then you don't know. Why was Skeletor the commentator? Commentator and Clark's bald head when he bald. Man, you gotta love a bit of Skeletor. I miss Skeletor. I like Skeletor. Skeletor's cool, man. I met Skeletor on Ronald McIntosh. I met him. Really nice guy. Um, I don't know if he's taller than Tyson Fury, but he's just really tall. Met him actually something called Fire of Babylon, which is about a West Indies cricket team playing England. And he came to England. Yeah, and they battered the Australians too. Really good thing to watch. And I met him where I got to see Commodore the West Indies legends there, Michael Holding, Gordon Greenwich, and a few others there promoting it. And Skeletor was there. That's why I met him. TKV's one of these kind of guys, yeah, that somehow or the other get themselves into a world title shot. I'm telling you, I'm telling you. When I told you all about Fabio Wardley, I said, watch this guy, Fabio Wardley. And people were looking at me going, Fabio Wardley? I said, yeah, this guy looks tricky. World champion now. So TKV's got something there, man. He's got something there. Clark was talking a lot before the fight. Yeah, he was. TKV wasn't humble at all at the end of the fight. LOL. I'll rate that. Yeah, I'll rate that too as well. I rate it. I come to the ends and I punch up their man. I punch him up. Yeah, he was blown from round one. Yeah, I think I think Jamie TKV versus Adelaide too. I think the fight of the roadmen. I think that's gonna happen. War of the roadmen. That has to happen. TKV Adelaide too. That's a good fight to see, man. I'd pay to watch that again. Do you know what else? You know a fight I'd pay to watch as well? TKV against Derek Chisora. I'll pay to watch that one as well, because that would be a good fight. That would be a good fight, a really good fight. I would like to see TKV get the British outright and maybe come off. Yeah, I'd like to see TKV. You know, I'd like TKV to do. I like TKV like be like Gary Mason, fighting on the BBC, like one of them ones. You know, follow the journey of TKV. I like TKV. I like his attitude, and of course he's a Tottenham man. Not Tottenham, not Tottenham the football team, but Tottenham the area. Skeletor had a comment saying TKV punched Clark where his hairline used to be. Skeletor was just wrong. Skeletor, the commentator, is very cool. Name 3 countries. 3 countries. That hairline non-existent now. LOL. He did say that as well. Skeletor makes me laugh. But it was good to hear Skeletor and George Groves. Nice to hear those two. But Duke McKenzie needs to be in there as well, man. I don't know what's going on. Duke McKenzie needs to be there. Needs to be there, man. Skeletor had it out for Clark's head tonight. Maybe you don't like Frazer Clarke. You know, there's some commentators just don't like certain fighters. You know, yeah. Oh, please do smash the like button, please. Smash the like button, please. There's 14 in the room. There should be 14 likes. Come on, people, man. India, Pakistan, Sri Lanka. There's 3 countries. Come on, smash the like buttons, man. Come on. It's 15 in a room, 6 likes. Just hit the thumbs up. Hit the thumbs up. Why is Whitaker still fighting Cans? Because they have to boost him and promote him, don't they? But he's another one that's going to get absolutely destroyed. Remember, I've told you now, he's going to get absolutely destroyed. He is. And until Moses Atama can take a punch, he's another one as well. I'm telling you, you can't rate guys on just them punching up people. When they start getting punched back, then we'll know. Then we'll know. Then we will know. When you get hit back on the chin, we'll see what you're about. If he gets hit on the chin, his legs do a little dance or they do a little buckle. I'm telling you. I don't like the way people are rating fighters this day and age. They rate a guy because he puts 3 punches. Do you remember when people used to rate Josh Kelly? We threw them 3 left hooks and it went viral. You remember those days? Whitaker, with all that dancing and prancing around, they was rating him when he was doing that nonsense. And look what happened against Liam Cameron. The first fight. The first fight tells us everything we need to know about him, about our friend Ben Whitaker. Whitaker's is gonna be doing the stanky leg when somebody cracks him. Yeah, of course. TKV reminds me of King Carlos Molina from Chicago that won the IBF light middleweight title. He was just beating a high level fighter. He was not supposed to. The bet because of the inside game without real power. Yeah, he's one of them guys that can do it, man. He can do it. I rate TKV. If they match him right, against guys that've got no inside game, that's what you got to do. But if he fights guys like TKV would get absolutely hammered by someone like Lennox Lewis, because Lennox would control the range with the jab. He'd hit TKV with upcuts in the inside. He'd lean on TKV. Not wrestle with TKV. He'd lean on TKV. Frazer Clarke was wrestling with TKV. No sense. What you're going to do, you're the bigger man, lean on him. So basically, your chin lays on TKV's back, and you lean on him and you pull down on him. So you sap the energy from the legs. But this guy, Frazer Clarke, is wrestling with him. Nonsense. But what's his name? This amateur trainer, uh, Angel Fernandez, don't know anything about that. You lean on the guy's back, right? But he's look get his head down, and you put your chin on his back, so you can't like do that. You lean on it, and you lean down on his back. You take the energy from the legs, sap the energy from the legs, and then when you sap the energy from the legs, that's how you take the sting out of them. You take the energy from them. You don't sit and wrestle with them. Nonsense. Anyway, don't forget to rate, subscribe, leave your comments in the comment section, smash the like button. I'm out of here. Thank you so much. Hope you've enjoyed tonight's boxing. Hold on, what's the last comment? I agree with you, Whitaker. Liam was paid to throw the second fight. Yeah, he was. Absolutely.